If you're having trouble with mathematics, numbers getting problematic, don't you panic. Check MathWiz, the best math tutor on the planet. From fraction to algebra, simple maths. Add up some trigonometry into that. Learning math is fun with MathWiz, and that's a fact. We're rooting for you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to MathWiz Academy. If this is your first time here with me, I just want to tell you welcome. To everybody else, ensure that you are, of course, subscribed. Ensure that you are liking the videos if it is that you like them. And at the end, if it is that it was useful to you, feel free to comment and, just allow us to continue to build our community. All right, so in terms of today's video, we are going to be going through the past paper questions that address the expansion, single bracket expansion specifically. And so our prerequisite topics, you would want to go ahead and watch our video on algebra, specifically focusing on multiplying, a combination of numbers and letters. 2, you would have algebra, focusing on grouping your like terms. And then the third thing you'd want to ensure that you are able to do is your expansion for your single brackets, right? So those are the 3 skills we're going to need today for this video. And before we do any past paper, I will always direct you to what's the groundwork you need to do so that you can fully function comfortably while going through these past paper videos. All right, so let's assume that you have mastered those 3 skills and you are now ready for today's past paper video. Then we can go ahead. I do encourage you guys to have a book that is specific to past papers, so that it's easy for you to find and organize it, using topics. All right, so the first one we're going to go through is January 2016, and we have 2x, x plus 5 minus 3, x minus 4. So again, remember these videos, I'm moving fast, or rather with not complete steps, just because I'm assuming you guys have already watched the other videos, and therefore you are comfortable with what I am doing in terms of how I'm getting these things, right? So ensure that you're watching your videos. Okay, so we have split these 2 things just so that we can see it clearly as I am going through. So I have the 2x on the outside of the bracket, so I'm going to work that as one question, and then minus 3, open bracket, x minus 4 as another question. So here at MathWiz Academy, you'll notice that we try to make a lot of the complex questions for me to break it down and show you that they're really just a combination of simple questions, right? Because if I ask you to expand 2x, x plus 5, that's something you would know how to do. If I ask you to expand minus 3, x minus 4, that would be something that you know how to do. So it's really just a combination of those 2 single expansions. All right, so we're doing the lead up, we're getting into it. So the first thing we do is take the number or the term on the outside, multiply it by the first on the inside. So 2x times x is going to give us 2x squared. Then we have 2x times positive 5. Right, so you want to make very careful note of your signs in all of this, right? So 2x times positive 5 is going to give me positive 10x. Then minus 3 times x. I have a negative times a positive, so that's going to give me a negative. And then we have minus 3 times minus 4, and a negative times a negative gives us a positive. Right? So that would be it. So you have your 2x times x, and that's how we got 2x squared. We have 2x times positive 5. That's how I got positive 10x. We have minus 3 times x. I have minus 3x. And then I have minus 3 times minus 4. That's how I get positive 12. So at this point now, we want to go ahead and group like terms. Well, they're already grouped, but at this point, I do want to make note just in case there are persons who didn't watch the lead up video. We want to note that x squared and x are not like terms. All right, this is extremely important. So students will go ahead and maybe go ahead and try to group the 2x squared with the 10 with the 3. No. The 2x squared, this is like apples. All right. Then what color can we use? All right. Then the 10x and the 3x. Okay, I don't want us using too much colors, so I'm just going to erase here for a little bit so that we can see it looking simple. All right, let's write back. All right, just don't want it with too much colors. At the same time, though our colors are helpful, if we start to use too much of them, can get a little confusing, right? So for the colors I would have used before, you can go back and look at those. All right, so at that point, I'm saying that we have our apples. Now we have oranges. And the number by itself is like the melons. Right, so that's your like term. So of course I only have these orange apples, so I keep those apples. Then for the oranges, I have 10 and somebody takes away 3 of them, so I am left with 7 of them. And then the 12 melons remain. All right, so let's just look at how we group those like terms so that it is super clear to us. All right, and that would actually be your answer. So only doing the first one so slowly, and then after that we can move a lot faster. All right, so the next one is going to be January 2010. All right, so you can go ahead, get a new paper, get ready for the next question. And we are ready to go. All right, perfect. So we have January 2010 question 2bi, which reads 3 open bracket x minus y plus 4 open bracket x plus 2y. All right, so the first thing, we group the first two so that we can see that expansion clearly. And then we group the second two. Please note, I'm making note of the sign, just like with the previous question, the minus 3 that was on the outside, I also took up the minus 3. All right, so I have 3 times x, that's going to give me 3x. I have 3 times minus y, that's going to give me minus 3y. I have positive 4 times x, which is going to give me positive 4x. Let me just put these colors in. Awesome. Right, and then we have positive 4 times positive 2y, which is going to give us positive 8y. Right, so at this point, we're going to group our like terms, which means that I'm going to put my apples together, which are the x's. And then I'm going to put the oranges together, which are the y's. right? So please note I'm taking up the signs, right? So this is positive 3x, so I have taken up positive 3x. This is positive 4x, so I have taken up positive 4x. This is minus 3y, so I have taken up minus 3y. This is positive 8y, so I have taken up positive 8y. Common mistake is that some persons are not going to pick up that minus 3y. They're not going to take up the minus in front of it. So 3 plus 4 apples is going to give us 7 apples. And then minus 3 plus 5, let's do that to the side, right? Minus 3y plus 8y. You go ahead and you subtract, and then it takes the sign of the bigger number. Of course, since the 8 is bigger, it takes the sign of the 8. So we have 7x plus 5y. And that would be your answer. All right, everyone, I hope you found this video useful. Be sure to, as I said, leave a comment below. Just go through the questions. You can go back at your own pace. Ensure that you're picking up the principles, even if this is something that you're already comfortable with. It doesn't hurt to just still watch the videos and go over. This can be your way of practicing. For those persons who are preparing for your exam, I wish you the very best. Continue to be encouraged. And as we always say at the end of it, I am rooting for you.